Oh my god, dude.
I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry. I just died. I can't breathe. Steve, I swear to you, I haven't laughed that hard in like 10 years.
How's everybody doing now?
Oh,
Armageddon.
no.
Armageddon.
Armageddon. It's gonna be rough.
You were born in America, you're an American.
That's fact.
I guess right after high school, ended up joining the Army.
You guys seem way more chill than that intro. I'm ready to take your fucking country back. I don't even live there.
Dude, we should get a boxing match going.
Smack the shit out.
That sounded wrong. I have to highlight that one. Oh, my Lord.
Stay the hell out of the left lane if you're not passing.
You're so salty about this driver.
Finally, a law that I can get behind. If you're driving slow in the left lane, it's punishable by death.
You don't have to have a massive channel to make an impact, you know?
Steve, you smoke like a girl.
They're always there watching.
I do not sound like Jalen.
Do I drop the wheelchair jokes? He's like, just fuck him.
You know, that's what the whole freedom of speech is.
That's a good point. Everybody gets a lick.
You don't have to agree with it, but you best defend the right to do it.
If you don't know your rights, you don't have any.
We just got a bidet.
The Constitution doesn't give you rights. You have natural rights.
Bidet will change your life.
But the Constitution protects your rights.
You'll never go back.
Little horny bastard. He ruined it for everybody.
I bet he wanted to knock him out.
It's never because of their race, identity, religion, or
Teach these government nerds that all swear an oath to it what our freedoms are, because they're so lazy they don't care.
I had a fun night. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
You know, don't live on the past or take the present for granted and only think about the future.
People are wearing blinders. They don't understand what...
I'm not going to apologize for that.
You were calling him an idiot.
I'm really disappointed in you.
It was something that you just didn't agree on.
I had all my money on you tonight.
I'm guilty of inciting my constitutional right.
You know, if they don't like it, then they don't have to be there. Love y'all. See y'all on the next one.
You know, you're never going to please everyone.
I don't think that God sees different races at all.
Much love to y'all. Stay prayed up, man. God is good. Love each other and be kind.
Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.
Come again.
Out of here.
Hey, I heard a guy there say about a bidet. I gotta say, you get done doing your thing, and then a little wand and a splish and a splash and a bada boom, bada bing, you're done. It would have changed your life. I'm telling you, it's good stuff.
Hey, when you're gay, you need a bidet.
What's up, man?
Oh man, we've had a day and a week, and yeah. Been rough. Been a rough day and a rough week. How about you?
Yeah, about the same. Stressful. I don't want to say rough, but no, rough too, because it's physically rough with one of the jobs, but very overwhelming. I guess that's a good word for it.
I got a guy at my work that basically can do anything he wants without getting fired. And he's not in charge of anyone. He just cannot get in trouble. And because they're afraid he's going to leave, because he's been there like the whole time our company's been open, and he knows all the secrets. So he's like a mafia boss, untouchable. So and I'm on his bad side because he doesn't work and I work, and I'm not interested in working with someone else that doesn't want to work. You know what I mean? That's not how you work. You work as a team, things get done, everybody has an equal load or share, or somewhat, and
at least do your part.
Yeah, with him, he sits in the back room in the office looking at like plentyoffish.com or Facebook. Listen to this guy, he'll sit there for 3 hours on Facebook, and he thinks that all the Ukrainian girls and all the Russian girls that are supposedly girls with those pics on there that have like no friends and 2 posts are real girls.
Right.
And he brags about it, like how he's talking to all these chicks from Ukraine and Russia. And I just look at him. I'm like, Ed, first of all, you're 67.
I was just gonna ask, how old is this dude? But yeah,
And I said, what do you think that 25-year-old girl, in quotes, is doing talking to you? What can you give her, Ed? Oh, she just likes the way I look. I'm like, Ed, that's a dude.
right.
I
Yeah, so you
guarantee
ever
it's a
heard
dude.
of catfishing? Have you ever heard of that
Oh my
before?
gosh. And then he argues and says that he's taken one of them out from plentyoffish.com, and that she's, he paid for her dinner, but he didn't like the way she said something that was a little disrespectful, so he kicked her to the curb because he's got plenty of other contacts and stuff. And I'm just looking at him like, dude, if you could just hear yourself from a younger man's perspective, you would know that you're an idiot.
Right.
So he's like, you look
Like,
at this Ukrainian girl. And I'm like, first of all, I don't want to look because I'm married. I don't even want to look at what you're showing me, because it'll be some Ukrainian chick in like a G-string something. And he thinks that, it's obviously a fake picture. You know what I mean? Or out of a magazine. He's like, oh no, these girls are interested in me, man. And then he
it's like,
says,
dude, have you ever heard of the word naive or
right.
gullible?
And then he looks at me, that he dead in my eyes. He looks at me and says, girls love light brown and blonde and brown hair. They are just all out for that color hair, and they love my hair. And I just looked at him like, I didn't know
You
what
were
to
like,
say, dude. Yes, I didn't know. I didn't know what to say to him. I'm just like, man, okay, you got him lined up, buddy. I mean,
well, which is even more, I don't want to say disturbing, but more whatever, is that that's how he is, and he actually believes all that crap, but that at the same time he still gets away with not working, basically, and can't get fired. It's like, it's like this dude's never had consequences or never had, that's why he probably believes it's all real, because he's pretty much untouchable.
and so yeah, exactly. And so I'm the type where all my life I like to call things out as they are. My name, truth, starved for truth, because I don't see truth anywhere. So I'm like, when I see the truth, I'm like, hey, this is what's really going down here. People are blowing the budget money, and I see what they spend it on, and it has nothing to do with the things they are supposed to be spending it on.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a union that has been there since the beginning when he started. So then you got some bias in the union. So when you start, you don't have an even playing field. I've built relationships with all these people, and they're starting to see him for what he is. But the main boss has no appetite to discipline this guy, because it will make her have to come in and work more and hire a new guy, and it won't be hard. It'll be hard to replace him with what he knows, according to her. But I say just hire it out to like Johnson Controls for the boiler work and whatever, because we do that anyways. When it
Right.
breaks down, we hire that out. And so all he really does is he knows the breakers in the building, and he knows how to cut the grass, which I do too on the big mowers. And we do the plowing and all that. But really, the city could do that, or we could hire a company. It's not that important. But in their eyes, it's like he's the cog that can't be removed. It's like a Biden that won't quit, even though he has dementia.
Right. Right.
And he's the cancerous spot. And everybody knows it, but everybody's afraid to deal with it. And I'm not. So it's kind of like been a headbutting match. And so tomorrow, like I went in tonight, I got out, got home, and then I got to go back in the morning, and he's going to be there with the other guy all day. So all three of us are going to be there for 8 hours, and I already did all their work tonight. So hoping tomorrow we don't have like a blowout session. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, I've never been union. I've never been part of a union.
This is my first experience with the union, and I like some things about it. And it's just, he's not my boss, but he's one of those guys, like if you say you put something together, he will tell somebody that you didn't tighten a bolt, or he'll tell someone you left a valve on when you didn't. And
Yeah,
I work
anything to make you look bad.
yeah, and I work at night, and he's the day shift, and I work the night shift, like the late afternoon shift, and he works the morning shift. He's the first one there at 5:30 before anyone else. So if I did a really good job on something that night, he can come in at 5:30 before anybody else gets in and sabotage it. And then when the supervisors come in, he can go, look what Dave did last night.
Yeah.
And he can get away with it. So I've asked my supervisors, like, listen, why don't you guys come in after my shift any night? Don't tell me you're coming. Any night after my shift, come in and look at my work. You never have to tell me, but I guarantee you every night I do the same thing, the same quality. Come on in and look at it, and then you'll be able to tell in the morning if he lies to you or not. Well, they have no appetite for that either.
And isn't there cameras too? You would think there'd be
Oh,
cameras.
More cameras than a prison.
Right. So he's got to be getting caught red-handed, but that's only if they go and watch it, right?
Hey, Shell, yeah, I'm in the union. Yep, I am.
I've never been union. Never.
Good to see you, David Devine.
Yeah, David Devine, aloha, brother. Everyone, I don't know if you can see it. Calm down. Calm down. I got my sticker right there. It's David Devine's sticker.
Calm down. Oh, man.
Calm down.
So, yeah, union is good. But if you have a biased union or a union that's secretly working with your boss for more pay, and how do you know? You don't know that. Some people are getting bonuses for things, and like I work harder than a lot of them, and I didn't get one, and I'm like, okay, is there a club here?
Yeah, it's called the corrupt government.
It's a bless me club, I call it the bless me club, where they get in a group and bless each other and leave everybody else out. But it's just like anywhere else. If you work the hardest, they'll make you work harder, and they'll want you to do their work so they can sit more, and they're getting away with it, and I'm not. But what am I not getting away with? I'm doing my work. It's just I'm being lied about. So every day it takes me like forever to forgive this guy, day after day after day after day after day, and not hate his guts and punch him in the face, And he's one of those guys, if you walk in the room and say hi to him, he won't look up from his phone to say hello.
Oh, so he's a dick on top of it.
He's just, you know how Ron was. His dad was twice as bad as Ron was in his heyday with the perfection stuff. I'm a perfectionist, but this guy, man, he'll move a refrigerator and say, hey, man, I see a little bit of spot there. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I changed light bulbs. I fixed the locks in the building, fixed the automatic doors. I did all this stuff. And then he points out that one little spot under something and says, look at that. So anyway,
I can't. I've worked with so many people like that. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's irritating.
The younger me would have already hit him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have just said, go blow. or whatever. Well, my famous thing, I probably would have said your mama or something. Everything he says, I would have just said your mama. So anyway, he's the kind of guy who drops a Kleenex under his desk and won't clean it up. Like he'll expect you to pick up after him. And I don't, and then he gets mad and goes talk to boss about it. It's a daily occurrence.
So basically, he's just lazier than lazy can be and plays the victim by blaming it on you.
Exactly. And so I do double the work he does. And I thought, I was naive again and thought, well, if I outwork everybody, this is America. If I outwork everyone, someone will notice. If I go 5 times as far as everyone else, I will stand out. And I'm doing that for my character and integrity, really, not to get the raise, but I would like it if they noticed. But I've noticed now is that people don't care about that, man. They just, if you work hard, they'll just make you work harder.
Yeah, take advantage of it.
So I've gotten 3 raises, small raises, 75 cents a pop, but only because, we ratified a contract and it says that they have to. But like the first 2 pay periods I was there after my raise wasn't even on my pay stub until I found the mistake. And I went back and brought it to them and they're like, oh, we're sorry. I'm like, you guys are all, anyway, I could get into it more, but that's my rant, is that if you work too hard, do it for yourself, for integrity and character purposes, because that's who you are. But don't expect other people to care, because they don't. You're just a number.
Very true. I've been saying that for years, is no matter what you're going through, what you're doing, at the end of the day, nobody cares. Nobody cares, which sucks. It really does. I mean, and people do care to an extent, but for the most part, it's like, oh, did that happen, man? Shit, that sucks. Then they just move on with their life.
Well, and when you're not there and you're doing a really, really great job, then they really notice, because they're like, oh my God, it looks terrible here. And I'm like, yeah, what about the other 2 guys you hired?
Yeah.
Why is it that it looks terrible when I'm not there?
Yeah, but they'll never admit it. Never admit it.
Like, how do you not notice that when I'm not there, it's trashed? Yeah, I need to calm down. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm going to scroll back up and say aloha to everyone in chat. David Devine is here. Red Pill Truth. Garrett. Cheryl Rich. Steve-O. Who else did I miss? I know it. John Denicola. Blue Jay Outpost. Dakota Hayes. Aloha. Good to see you again. And Cheryl again.
Semper Fi. Hey, Ken. How you doing, bud?
And yeah, Double Dog. What's up, Double Dog?
It's your turn to rant.
Cool. David Devine. Good to see you, brother. And yeah, that's cool. I got that your message. So awesome.
I'm pounding some dinner here while we talk.
Mine is, I didn't go back and watch the video yet, but last night Nina and I went and bought all the food and everything for this weekend, for Saturday, because we're doing a follow-up video for the homeless encampment and we're gonna feed them. So we went and bought, we got like 300 hot dogs, 300 hot dog buns. We got like over 150 bottled waters, over 100 Capri Suns for the kids. We got like a bunch of boxes of those potato chips, the small bags, individual bag. We just got all this stuff, and we're going back Saturday. But when we were back at the the car at Nina's car, and we were loading the stuff up. And we went to Sam's Club, so we didn't have a regular shopping cart. We had one of those big ones that they have there. And I was going to back up and then push the cart to go put it away when we were done, but there was a parking block there, and I didn't see it. And I was holding my bottle keeper with my beer inside of it. And I didn't see that parking block, and I tripped on it. And I'm like, and I was holding, because I was recording too, because us buying all the food is going to be part of the video. And so I'm like recording and kind of pushing the cart and holding the bottle keeper. And then I fell flat on my ass, scuffed up my elbow on my knee. And it was funny as hell. The only reason that I scuffed up my elbow and knee, though, too, is because I was trying to not spill my beer. I'm not even thinking about my own physical safety. I'm just like, no, don't spill the beer.
Where was this at?
At Sam's Club in
What
the
are you
parking
doing
lot.
drinking beer in Sam's Club in the parking lot?
I got my bottle keeper. You see my bottle keeper, right?
Yeah.
It just looked like I'm drinking, I don't know, a thermo or whatever they're called.
Steve-O. What's up, Steve-O?
Steve-O.
Steve-O's got that cool hair, man.
And beard.
Mm-hmm. He was showing off his new background yesterday. It was like an American Eagle. It's pretty sweet.
I want to find that. I want to find that
beer.
song that X and Nacho did, because I remember I was doing something when they did that, but I was listening, and it was good.
You talking about the bike?
No, the X and Nacho, whatever. Remember we were talking about earlier the song about you and
The bike song, yeah, the bike song. I can find it.
Oh, is that what it was? The bike song? Okay.
I know where it is. I watched it with. I went to my mom's and watched it with her and my brother. Yeah, give me a second.
It was funny because at first he's like, and then Steve Harloha, there's X. He's like, then
Was
Steve
that him?
Harloha came in and then beat him up or whatever. And I'm thinking, there's no way I'd ever be able to. And then he's like, but because Steve was butt naked, I was like, yeah, that's the only way that I'd be able to, because if I went in butt naked, because James would be like, ooh, get the hell away from me.
It was the one with the weird, the I Will Survive. No, it wasn't. It was
I think it was Monday.
It was a
Monday.
different one than normal.
Yeah, it was Monday. So yeah, so Saturday morning, I'm gonna wake up and barbecue 300 hot dogs.
Dang.
And individually, we got the tinfoil, whatever stuff where it's individual. You just pull them out and then, and then wrap each one individually. And then we got the mustard and ketchup individual packets, and then the potato chips. And then after we do that, then we're gonna load up, drive out to the encampment, and then we got this other thing where to keep it all warm, so it's got like these candle type things underneath it with a tin pan, and all the hot dogs will be in there, and it'll keep it warm, so we're not handing out cold hot dogs. But yeah, I got a busy few days ahead of me. That plus work, my actual work. But should definitely have a good video coming out in about a week from it. So
I still gotta drop mine, that homeless, the one where I went through the woods and found the camp.
Yeah, the one in Detroit
camps are the best camps. No, actually, it was terrible. It wasn't huge, but there was a camp there, and they were taking garbage out of the dumpsters there, and I guess they were eating it, but it smelled horrible. And some of those people, man, they're scary looking.
Man, I can't imagine like, I mean, I lived in Detroit the first 33 years of my life. I just can't. The homeless there because of the wintertime. It gets so cold, man. So cold. What's up, Blue Unicorn? Hey, there's Nacho. Chips.
Nacho's in the house.
Ketchup chips. That's what I want that I haven't had in years. Oh, ketchup chips.
I got this clip pulled up. You guys ready? I think it's like, it might be about almost 2 minutes long.
It's worth it.
All
Yeah,
right.
hit present.
Pull it up. I got you, man. I've been playing with it enough to where I'm not dumb anymore.
No, I just like saying
Semi-dumb.
present. You know the Key and Peele skit where he's hey Ron, you know, present.
Hey Ron.
Hit the present button. The present. But now before I pull it up, hit the on your side, on the YouTube side, make it full screen on your YouTube.
Working on it.
So then there you go.
Oh, that looks like a big old meaty head. I love it. Love this big old.
Dude, isn't Axe a sexy beast, dude? This guy's a sexy beast.
I said something last night about mustache kisses, and he got all close to the screen. So funny, dude. Hey, unicorn, blue unicorns in the house. What's love, brother?
And I say he's a sexy beast, no homo, but I mean it. If I were a chick, I'd be attracted to him.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Adjust volume as needed.
Coming in and just hearing like you singing that
That's
too, man.
loud enough
you
or
just
not?
do a great job of that song.
I can't.
Really
It's pretty
appreciate
low.
it, respect it. I love it.
It's all the way up on my end.
Oh, really?
Every one of you that rock tunes that I'm playing, I love you all. And Ryan Hall right there, that was one of his tunes that he rocked. That was a
Let's
John
see
Prine
if
tune.
how low is it? Can you hear it at all, or what?
And,
No, yeah, it's
great job.
You can hear it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Blue
try.
Jay Outpost rocking. Good to see you.
Here, I'll turn this up. How's
What's
that?
this? You got to say something good about Dave too. About Dave, but Dave's not here.
Yeah, that's good.
I always say something. I always say something good about Dave, but he's just never here.
Coda says louder.
Never.
Oh, that was a
problem.
There's a delay too, so
okay.
I think that was before you turned it up.
Situations like
All right, you guys got to pay close attention now. Axe is just gonna straight up ad lib a story about me, my brother, and Steve. Right off rip. Tell me this is not creative. You guys all know how he builds the song, so. You never know if Nacho's there or not.
Hey, I even shouted out Axe and Nacho on my interview on Caucasian Sasquatch earlier.
I got creepers in my kitchen. They're freaking me out. Now, if you can do this with your lips, guys, I mean, just all creative ad lib. Nacho. You guys got to check out Nacho's channel too. Shred cometh.
It's funny, Blue. It does look like dead milkman if you glance.
I did, Ken. It's up there, right above where you said it. Caucasian Sasquatch.
Hey, Caucasian Sasquatch. Aloha.
Let me know if you want me to pause it. Might be longer than 2 minutes, guys. I may have been wrong on that.
Here we go.
Two guys, they roam around the streets at night. Oh, their names were Dave and James. Yeah. One was a cool guy, oh, another liked to steal bikes. So yeah, they roam the streets at night. Oh, they did, yeah. One was named Dave, yeah. The other name was James, oh, yeah. James liked to steal my bike at night, yeah. Dave always pleaded with him, oh, please, not tonight. We don't steal his bike. I know this guy, he's alright. Please don't steal his bike. Oh, I listen to him every night. Oh, James, please, leave his bike tonight, yeah. This guy, he plays guitar, he's alright, yeah. James said, I don't care, I'm gonna take it anywhere. I like this bike, I'm gonna take it to the park tonight. Oh, James, please don't take his bike tonight. Oh, James, please don't take his bike tonight, yeah. Oh, Dave, he's not here. Oh, he helped me anyway. Put James off that bike and said that's axe, no, not tonight. Don't take his bike. Take that bike tonight, James. Don't take that bike, please.
I love it.
Take that bike tonight. Found out old James, he wanted to fight, yeah. Dave said, oh, let's happen tonight, yeah. I'll fight you, James, over this bike tonight, yeah. You may be bigger, maybe stronger, but I'll take it tonight. Over that bike, oh, James and Dave, they wanted to fight. Over that bike, they wanted to fight, yeah. It was a push and a shove and a duck and a weave, and James had it on his knees, kicking it a punching it up, oh, make him bleed. He said, brother, please stop it all, I must proceed. Then out of the bushes and out of nowhere, you saw a little skinny kid in his underwear. It was Steve Harloha. He jumped on James' back, said, I gotta fight back for my bow. Don't take it down tonight, don't steal that bike. Don't steal that bike.
Oh, it's about to get good.
Steve Harloha and saved the night. Oh, he got James down and he took a bite. Oh, he got my bike and he said, Axe, oh, I'll save the night. I'll save the night.
I love it.
Oh, James, he was defeated. Oh, yeah, I said, Dave and Steve, they saved the night. They got my bike, oh, save the night. Oh, got it back, oh, yeah. Oh, James, oh, he ran home that night, yeah. And then he came back, yeah, with his older friends and
He beat us all up and eventually took our bikes, all of our bikes. Yeah, that's what happens. He was an older brother. He took us. We couldn't help it. It was like 5 minutes we had him, but then he just beat the crap out of us, and it was horrible. He stole my bike. He stole Steve's bike. He stole Dave's bike. We never seen them ever again. James, where's our bike? There we go. I never forget Dave's not here, man. He fought for my bike that night. It was an awesome fight. But James, he took us. James, he just took us over. There's nothing we could do.
You thought
Right,
it was
like,
over,
remember
right?
that night? Remember that night? James came in. He just, you know, he's like, "Give me your bike, man." And I was like, "No, man, this is a brand new bike. It was my CCM bike. It was my Kickum. It was my brand spanking new CCM bike." I'm like, I'm not giving this, because I just spent $26.99 on this new gel seat. Remember, like, and I was like, I just threw this new gel seat on my bike, man. I'm not giving it up to you. And I just replaced the grips, and I got the bull horns. I spent like $19.99 just on these like really cool like stainless steel bull horns
Look at
on
the
my
bike.
bike.
It's so funny,
And
man.
James just rolls up, and he's just like, "I'm taking your bike, man." And Dave was there, and he's like, "No, man, don't take this guy's bike." And then here's, right, brothers suck because they're brothers. Like James in the story, Dave and James, they were brothers. That was the thing, man. And James, he was just a little bit bigger, and that was the thing. So we had him as we had him, and what saved the night was when Steve Harloha, he jumps out of the bushes, man, and he tackles James, and it was this big fight that happened. And Steve took him down, and Steve was on top. And the only reason we got away with it. Remember, Dave? Remember back then?
I remember.
The only reason we got away with it was because Steve was. I said he had underwear on, but he wasn't. He was buck naked. He was buck naked, and the only reason we won was because James didn't want to touch him. He's like, just get. He's running away from him, because the only way you can win in a fight that's not fair is to run at somebody buck naked.
Yep.
It's just to take all your clothes off and just run at them buck naked. And if you got a leak in you, start giving that too. And that's the only way you're gonna win. That's how you got to do. Do you remember?
Dude, it's funny because
that's how we did it. Remember with the banana?
I was working and listening to this, and I was
and
like,
James, he still got my bike. To this day, James, he came back with his friends because they were older, and they beat the crap out of us. They took all our bikes. I've never seen my bike to this day. It was a beautiful CCM bike, banana gel seat.
When he says CCM bike, I'm like, is that a real thing?
And I even put pegs on the back.
Equipment.
Put the pegs on the back.
It could be.
And here's, man, I really, one day James is going to give me my bike back, and it's going to be awesome.
Me and Nacho.
Me and Nacho, we're going to be able to ride into the sun again. Her on the back pegs, riding away on my bull horns.
you know what? That's kind of funny because I got a story about that.
I need to know what the bull horns are. Is it
one day? It's going to happen.
It's again. A rack of a bullhorn.
Ride out into the sun. Steve, you remember that day? Remember, Steve was there. He saved the day. Steve was there. He jumped. He was absolutely buck naked, and that's only thing that saved us.
I was working, and I'm like, I gotta say something. Because I was like, because really the only way I could have beat James is if I would have did it like that, and butt naked.
Tiny little naked kid jumping on your back. You wouldn't know what to do.
It's the best.
He flinged him off, and he ran away, and he said,
better than Saturday Night Live, you know.
I remember Steve, he ran down the street.
Remember this story?
He kept running down the street after him, chased him. He seen this little skinny kid, and he just seen his little butt cheeks running down the street chasing after James. But James, he booked it. And we laughed. It was a great half hour. It was great. But then James, he came back with his friends, and that was it. Old James. Oh, Man,
It was
good
so
See, that's
great.
funny because,
good times.
dude, do you remember this story, Dave?
Oops.
Aloha, Ajat. Um, when well, the guy's name was James, but well, Dave's not here, man. He just dropped down. But the guy's name was James, and I remember I was real young. I don't even think I was a teenager yet, so maybe like 11 or 12. And I wanted this bike so bad, and I begged my dad and begged my dad. And then, there we go. There's Dave.
Yeah, I got
And it
so
was like $100 for the bike, and I begged him, so I got my allowance money like up front, but I had to work for it. So I get the money, I go buy this bike for $100 off this kid, and like an hour later, we're up at I think it was called Arbor Drugs at the time.
oh yeah.
We went in, get like gum or whatever candy we used to get at that age, and came out, and the bike was gone. This dude that I bought it from waited and stole it back, and his name was James, but it was not that James. It was not Dave's brother James. So technically, that did happen to me. My bike did get stolen from a guy named James, but a different James.
Anyways,
Oh, Ajay, right on. Shoot, thank you. That's awesome.
appreciate you, man.
Shout out. Let's see. Oh, I gotta make a new members video thing. I can't play the one I used to have anymore because yes, the stupid copyright thing.
So, for Axe, just for a minute, for him to go from nothing to telling a 10-minute story and playing and shredding music, I mean, tell me that's not creative. Could you do? I couldn't do it. I mean,
No,
just the words, they were actually, he's rhyming. I was like, and then I loved the best part, where you pop out of the bushes naked. I mean, that was genius, because that would work. I would run. I would
right.
not want to
Yep.
fight nobody with no clothes. No.
And that's why I said that's the only way I would be able to beat James is if I did it that way.
That's the best. I don't think you can top that.
Mhm.
So anyway, back to
So now,
so Ajat became a member. So welcome to the Harloha Club. Is that what you call it? Harloha Club?
Harloha family.
The fam.
Harloha family.
Yeah.
Now you can watch all the members only videos.
You are now part of the Illuminati.
And all my shorts and videos and stuff I put out to members only first. So sometimes you get to see the video a day or two, sometimes 3 days before anyone else. Resistance Homesteading, aloha. Motiber.
I was trying. X sent me some swag, so I'm super excited. I was hoping it would come today so I could rep it tonight.
Oh, sweet.
But it didn't show up yet. But I know it's coming, and I'm excited.
That is awesome.
So
I got some X and Nacho swag.
Prove it.
Hey, Snook.
Snooks is in the house. I'm gonna show.
It's in the water. It's literally in the water, like literally in the dryer. Actually, not the
I've
wash.
seen it. I know. I know you have it. But I'm gonna show the mug again.
I've worn it so many times though. It's starting to rub out. The X and Nacho is starting to rub out.
And make sure I'm not doxing myself or nothing. So here is. Whoops. So this
Oh,
is.
hell yeah.
This is the Harloha. Uh-oh. If I can get the light on it, that's the Harloha.
There you go.
Hold on a minute. Let me get a light here. I gotta get some light. I'm gonna go off a flashlight because that's what I have. Are we ready for this? You guys got to get one of these mugs. This is the Harloha. That flashlight's so bright.
It looks so sweet too, man. The
Harloha
colors and
mug. I haven't even used it yet, but when I chew, like tobacco, I'm going to use
gotta
this cup to spit it into.
you gotta spit in that thing.
But yeah, it's excellent. I love it. One side's white. I'm a terrible QVC person. One side's white. The other
But
side
wait,
got a city. It almost looks like Axe's background, but it's not. All
but
right.
wait, there's more.
Harloha.
Harloha.
That's it. And that's about as good as I get with QVC items. Aren't you glad you don't do that for a living? QVC, like always talking how great
Selling
things are when
shit.
yeah. So glad.
But I don't know when you're showing that Axe says that it might take a bit. They'll email him when it's printed and shipped. He'll let you know.
That's cool. That's cool. I was excited. That's all. I never purchased. You were the first person on YouTube, Steve, that I ever purchased any swag from. Now I do try to support channels, but I don't often buy the swag.
Right. I don't buy much either. I got X and Nacho, David Devine, broadcasted, Denver Metro Audits, Accountability for All. And then I got a few things from Here's the Deal channel.
So who's out there? Who's out there? Blue Unicorn. We got Dakota Hayes. We got Snooks in the house. Resistance Homesteading. What's up, brother? Creek Squad's out there.
Creek.
Creek
Thor.
house.
You gotta spit on that thing.
Let's see who else. So me and Steve both at the work in the morning. That's gonna be fun. We're gonna try to wake up.
Or I'm sorry, Resistance Homesteading. You guys ever hear about that Mo Tibber guy? A real psychopath. Thinks he's the mark of the beast resistance or something.
He could be.
I said it earlier. I said, Resistance Homesteading, what's up? Mo Tibber.
Oh, I keep forgetting. That's the same guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Great Scott says, if you can accept me, you can accept anyone. Now, believe it or not, when we were growing up, that was the name of a grocery store near us. It's called Great Scott's.
Great Scots. Yeah, I forgot all about that. Wow. No kidding. I forgot all about that.
So you saw in the news this week, Biden stepped down. Not that we're going to get into politics because I don't feel like it, but
right. Well, the sad part is he doesn't know it yet.
Right. Well, supposedly he got the vid, and that's
Well,
when
no,
he
he
made
just
his
got done
decision.
talking. He was like, "Hey, did I read it right? Did I read the thingy, the prompter thing right? I did a good job? Okay. What did I read? What did I say?"
So then Harris came out and did a little talk on TV, and I thought she possibly had taken about 10 to 12 mushrooms before coming out. Have you ever noticed when she talks, she'll just say something and then laugh hysterically at herself, and everyone else is kind of just looking at her like, what was funny about that?
Well, yeah, because she'll just laugh at herself.
Yeah, like trying to figure out what she was talking about.
Right. What is it? I was trying to find
I I had it all pulled up, but when I did the Axe music, I closed all 8 windows at once. So I had everything pulled up here to show. And I got so excited about the bike story that I shut it all off. I
You
even
hit the wrong button, man.
Yeah, Dave wasn't here. Exactly. Can she win?
Hey, just
Can
watch a few seconds of this just to. What's up, William Gramer?
William Gramer.
And tyrants in specific is that they have a deep desire to control you. They want to tell you what to do. And if you disobey them, they want you punished. They will make rules and regulations and ordinances against you that you have to follow. And the more laws they make, the more rules they concoct, the less free you actually are. That is the hallmark of a tyrant. I don't care if it's a Democrat tyrant. I don't care if it's a Republican tyrant. I don't care if it's a female tyrant or a male tyrant. I don't care if the female tyrant is known for heels up, wheels up. I don't care if she's on her knees behind a desk. I don't care if the male tyrant has dementia or is in steep mental decline. The question is, does that person want to control you? That's the bottom line. Does he want to make rules that make you less free? Does he want to stack the Supreme Court with people who are going to act on the thing that they passed for themselves back in 1803 with Marbury versus Madison, granting themselves the power of judicial review? In other words, you little peasants can't interpret the Constitution. We, the black-robed tyrants of the Supreme Court, we're going to tell you what it says, and we're going to tell you that you need to act accordingly. And if you don't, we're going to punish you. We're going to unleash the executive branch, the judicial branch, the legislative branch against you. And make no mistake, all 3 branches are against you. And it doesn't matter who has taken office, Republican or Democrat. I'm going to demonstrate that to you right now.
Me too, Dakota.
Let me also preface this. A couple of clips I got here of Camel Toe Harris. Anybody who wants to take a shred, a nanoparticle of your gun rights away, your right to keep and bear arms, which shall not be infringed. Anybody who comes near that precious jewel of the right to keep and bear arms must be suspected and must be treated as the tyrant they actually are. And I don't care who they are. Listen to this.
We who believe in the freedom to live safe from gun violence. And that's why we will work to pass universal background checks, red flag laws, and an assault weapons ban.
Universal background checks, red flag laws, and a assault weapons ban is telling Americans we are declaring war against you. We are in the process of violating the right to keep and bear arms. Yeah, we know it says shall not be infringed, but we're going to institute an infringement check system. We're going to initiate red flag laws or ERPOs, extreme risk protection orders, which says that anybody can call up with a concern to the local law enforcement agency saying, oh yeah, we saw this guy in Walmart and he was open carrying. We think he's a danger to himself and to the public. And you can get your door kicked in at 2:00 in the morning because of red flag laws.
That's true.
You think we're still free? An assault weapons ban? First of all, what's an assault weapon? And why do you want to ban them? And do you realize that when you do ban assault weapons, whatever they are, AR-15, AK-47, high-capacity magazines, that you're criminalizing everybody who legally possesses those weapons and have never and will never harm anybody with those weapons and will never commit a crime with them, but you're going to criminalize them and treat them as illegal second-class citizens because they're now violating your law when you said they can't have assault weapons.
Exactly, right?
And
I'm
it's
gonna
up
play more in a minute, but
it's up to their determination what an assault rifle even is. Like,
but that's the thing, shall not be infringed.
Yeah.
Period.
Unless Kamala Harris says so. That's
Well,
not in there. That's not in there.
But didn't Donald Trump also for red flag laws?
He said it, and if I don't believe he's
He
going to
said,
do
take
that.
the guns first and due process later.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think.
the same thing. And that's what Brian's getting at. Doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or a Republican. They're all doing the same thing. They're just saying the words in different ways. Either way, they're stripping the rights away and they're making you a criminal overnight, just like they did with prohibition. It was perfectly legal. And then after midnight, now if you have alcohol, boom, you're a criminal and you're going to prison.
Hey,
Just because
Nightcat.
they turn you into a criminal just by passing a law that they made up.
I want you guys to listen to this. I played this before last time, but listen to this real quick. This blew me away. Now, some people say it was an accident. I'm not buying it.
To how people are experiencing life. Think about the impact on something like public health. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
Wait. What did you say?
Experiencing life.
What
Think
did you
about the
say?
impact on something like
Yeah, you
public
played
health.
this the other day. Yeah,
When we invest in clean
reduce
energy and electric vehicles
population.
and reduce population, more of our children.
Reduce the population?
There won't be more children if you reduce population.
What is that about? That
And
wasn't a mistake.
Blue Unicorn makes a good point too with the indemnifying police and the government. They already have qualified immunity, which means they can get away with anything. And to indemnify them is basically makes them invisible. They can do whatever the hell they want and not get in trouble for it. Zero transparency.
Exactly. Camilla Gates. Exactly. Like when
No,
we
but
reduce,
Trump wants to do that. Trump wants to indemnify them.
I'm just saying, I think all of those that are in the club want to reduce the population.
Well, yeah, of course, because
and they know that we're armed, and there's no way they can. I mean, I think what they say there was 3 guns for every American in the United States, like 3 guns for each one. I can't remember how many there was, but it was like 1.5 billion. I don't know. It was a lot of guns. It was like 3 for every single person. So how do you fight that? You're not going to fight that easy. So you would have to take the guns.
yeah, they fight that with red flag laws and by reducing the population. Because I'm sure it's got to be tiring to try to gaslight and brainwash all the people. So if you reduce the population, you only got to brainwash half the amount. But here, let's see what he's gonna say next for the.
That's what's going on. When you talk about a ban of anything, bump stocks, which is a piece of plastic, for God's sake. When they ban something, I don't even know what a bump stock is, Brian. It doesn't really matter to me. It should matter to you that tens of millions of people own those bump stocks. Tens of millions of people own those AR-15s or AK-47s. Therefore, tens of millions of people are going to blanketly be treated as criminals when they are not. It's a fabrication of criminality in America. It's waging war against Americans by violating their Second Amendment rights. If that was all that was wrong with Camel Toe Harris, that is enough. She does not need to be the president of the United States. She's not for you. She's against you. And what's ironic is all the Democrats who say that they're for, hey, a woman should have a right to choose. A woman should be free to do whatever she wants to with her own body. I agree. Hey, woman, do whatever you want to with your own body, including arm yourself and bear on your body whatever arm you would like to bear. No restrictions, because the Second Amendment doesn't offer restrictions. But these tyrants see things differently because they're hypocrites.
It's just reasonable. It's just reasonable.
So
It is reasonable to say that weapons of war have no place on the streets of America. And by that, I mean assault weapons.
And reasonable tyranny is still.
What's that, Dave?
I was gonna say weapons of war, okay, back in the day were swords. They carried pitchforks and swords. The Knights Templar and all that. That's what they had. They had swords. And if it's not swords, it'll be knives. And if it's not knives, it'll be forks or I won't say that word, but you can use just about anything as a weapon. You could walk down the street with a hammer and no one can arrest you for it. You could wear a tool belt with two hammers, one on each side, and you could use those as weapons, but we're not going to ban that. So
yeah, I think he actually says something about that coming up. That's weird that you just said that, because I think he mentioned something about like, what about butter knives or hammer? Like
still tyranny. And lemmings like this right here are like, oh, by golly, she's right. An assault weapon that belongs on the battlefield, not in the streets of New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles. Doggone right. Ban those things. Criminalize all those Americans. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and parrot the rhetoric.
Weapons of war. They were literally designed to be weapons of war.
What's she on The View right now?
We need an assault weapons ban. These
Gotta
are
be The View.
reasonable things to do.
Look at this guy. Look at the lemmings. Again, reasonable tyranny is still tyranny. Tyranny with a smile is still tyranny. Respectful acting tyranny that has decorum is still tyranny.
Hitler's cousin.
And it's part of what motivates me to be an advocate, along with all the friends who are on this call, to demand that we have smart gun safety laws and an assault on a ban on the assault weapons. What we need to do around background checks. What we need to do around making sure that these ghost guns are regulated. And I believe in the Second Amendment, but I also believe we need to renew the assault weapons ban.
That's a lie.
When anyone
That's a
says
lie.
but, there comes the but. I agree with this, but
you can't believe in the Second Amendment, but then believe it needs to be reduced or it needs to be infringed, you know? Because that's literally all it is infringing, which the amendment says shall not be infringed.
we got a little something here that I saw. Let's play a tiny bit of it. Maybe I will if it'll let me.
Reuters is reporting roughly 3,000 migrants from nearly a dozen Latin American countries are trekking toward the U.S. southern border, spurred by concerns over potential policy changes should former President Donald Trump win the upcoming presidential election. Migrants set out from Ciudad Hidalgo, near Mexico's southern border, reportedly intending to seek asylum in the U.S.
All
before
men.
any new
They're
immigration
all
policies
men.
are imposed to tighten the border. The caravan's journey is driven by fears that a potential future
There's
Trump
one kid.
administration could reimpose stringent border policies, including restricting access to the CBP One app. The app works only once migrants reach Mexico City or states in northern Mexico. CBP One is crucial for migrants seeking asylum. It allows them to schedule legal appointments at U.S. border posts to present their cases once they reach northern Mexico,
Look at that
a
border,
key
man.
gateway into the U.S. Current U.S. border policies, which some claim are too lenient, have led to an unprecedented surge in migrant entries.
All right, so right there, what did they tell you? There's 3,000 to 4,000 people headed this way trying to get in before the election, and they're telling everyone that they want to get in and vote before Trump comes in power because they can get in free. They're going to let them go. They're afraid that Trump will stop it. And the Dems are just going to be like, yeah, come on in. We know you're voting for us.
I don't know. I don't know. To me, real men don't vote for the chains of their own oppression. And to me, left, right, red, or blue, government doesn't give a fug about you.
The weird part is if you watch mainstream news, you don't see any of these articles. They got to be on like smaller channels, and there's a lot of fake news. You got to be careful. But if you check 5, 6 sources, and they're always the small guys telling the truth.
What's the truth though? The truth to see, that's my thing, because the people that, like, I don't know, this is the one thing, huge shout out to my dad, because father knows best. And my dad my whole life has been telling me things, and then like sometimes 10 years later I'd be like, oh, that's what he meant. Okay, he's been telling me that, you know. And again, and he's told me this a long time ago too, people are going to believe what they want to believe. And that's the truth, because think about it. So the left, they spit their propaganda, right? And then, but then the right is like, oh, that's bullshit. That's lies. That's not what it is. And then the right is basically doing the same thing, is they're saying what they want to believe. The left is saying what they want to believe. The politicians are over here going, the right is like, we need to unite. The country is divided. We need to unite. But the Democrats are evil. Don't fall. Like, how is that uniting? But you're still saying the Democrats are evil, and you're still dividing by saying don't go there, and the Democrats are doing the same thing about the Republicans. Am I making any sense? Because I suck at explaining shit, but they're a club and we're not in it, and they don't give a shit about us.
Well, here's the question. Has there ever been a president that's been broke?
That's been what? Broke?
40,000 a year, 30,000 a year, under the age of 50. Has there ever been one? Will there ever be one? Or are they always rich?
Well, they're always rich because, yeah, politicians, you got to work your way up. Well, unless you're Trump, I guess he's the first.
Well, okay, here's my point to what you just said. You got to work your way up, right? Well, Kamala Harris came out of nowhere, right? They just gave her Joe Biden's money, campaign money. How was that legal? $81 million. Just handed it over to Kamala Harris's campaign. I think that's illegal.
It doesn't matter, though.
But that's not her campaign. Are you allowed to take a campaign fund and then donate it to someone else's campaign fund?
It doesn't matter. They're all on the same side. They're just.
But I'm saying, is someone breaking the law here? Is there a law being broken?
Yeah, the government is breaking the law every day more than we the people are.
And nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, because there's no transparency.
Like when I went off your show and I came back on, I saw a Kamala Harris ad while I was loading back in.
On my channel?
On your channel.
Fuck out of here. Come on, YouTube.
So I
don't want no political freaking advertisements on my channel.
I said, why am I seeing this ad? And it said some crap, and it said, would you like to provide feedback? And I said, yeah, can you please stop playing this ad? Because I've seen it 4,000 times and I still don't like it. I said, can you play ads that are more pertinent to the things I like or something? Because you couldn't block the ad at all. Unless I don't know how to do it, you couldn't block it. You know, it says, why are you seeing this ad? And why am I seeing that ad? Probably because I looked up gaffes for Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that makes sense. The average person, Mo Tibber says, the average person commits 756 felonies a day. Probably, because everyone commits some kind of a crime the second you walk out your front door every day, because there's so many laws that are made up every day that we don't even know about half the time. But wait, hold on. Blue Unicorn says she is the incumbent. The law says she has a right to it. The campaign money belongs to the Democrat Party, so they can give it to whoever they want. It's not illegal. It's actually the law. There you go. I didn't know that answer, so. But that answers the question, right?
She's got unlimited funding, obviously, because every single place I go, I see that ad. On my phone, YouTube, doesn't matter. Facebook, I'm seeing it everywhere. It's like it's whitewashing everything. She's like, nobody wants Donald Trump.
What gets me is the donations. Like, now I'm not talking about the rich people that donate. I'm talking about the you and me and us, just the, you know, the little people that donate. And it's like, they're already taking well over 30% of your paycheck. And then every dollar you spend after that, they're taking that, and then you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you're still gonna give money to the same people that are taking half your paycheck. I don't get that. Like, why would you donate money to someone that is basically stealing from you and robbing you every day, taking your hard-earned money, and then you're barely getting by, but those people still donate more money. It's like a cult, man. Brew W, aloha.
It's always been that way. It's nothing new. It's nothing new under the sun. It's always been corrupt.
Exactly.
We came to this place, and what did we do? We killed all the Indians, took the land, right? Am I wrong?
Well, and then they came to Hawaii, and they took over the kingdom.
They take everything. They've taken it from the beginning.
And look at it now. The sugar mills aren't even running anymore. The reason they came and took it over was because of the sugar mills. And now there isn't even any sugar mills anymore. What the hell? They take it and then they ruin it.
I don't know, but everything we learned in high school, remember all that stuff we learned in high school, Christopher Columbus, all that stuff? And then later on, it starts falling apart, and you're like, wait, what? I was taught this in school. Why? There was people already here? What? I thought he found America. No, there's people already. Right. There's people already here. They knew how to live. They knew how to grow corn and eat and crops, and that's what they taught us to do, and that's how we survived. And then what did we bring them? We brought them our sicknesses, which they had no immunities to. You know, a lot of them were unalived through just probably a common cold or flu.
That's how we survived. Dude, when he said that, it reminded me of X and Nacho again.
Yeah, I will survive.
I will survive. As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. Take over, X.
Got nothing left to give. Bring him up. He'll finish it.
I shouted him out on the interview I did earlier because it's that good. But hold on, I'll play this, and then I am gonna bring that up again because now it's on my mind.
You don't believe in shall not be infringed when you're concocting a plan to infringe. Gun violence. Gun violence is a euphemistic term to get people to stop thinking critically about what's really going on here.
Steve, 1 second. Do you see
people commit violence? Inanimate objects don't.
Okay.
In the background, who's her audience? Students. That's who they're going to every college across America saying this.
Oh yeah, get them while they're young, just like gangs do.
This is indoctrination of a different, completely different idea that we grew up with. This is on purpose, orchestrated on purpose. Anyway, go ahead.
And this is, I think, right where he talks about what you were saying earlier.
There's no such thing as gun violence, just like there's no such thing as baseball bat violence or butter knife violence or stapler violence.
Right.
It seems like nobody's got their heads screwed on straight.
We need red flag laws. We need universal background checks.
We don't need that.
I'm in favor of the Second Amendment.
I just got to turn this back. Look at these just nodding fools.
Checks.
Like bobbleheads. They look like to me. Bobbleheads.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
what
what
we
he
need.
said.
Wait
What
a
he
second.
said.
I own one of those things. I mean, if I own one of those things and you ban them, you're going to treat me as a. You could break into my house, and steal my guns and jeopardize the life of my family because you don't want me to have something that you think is dangerous that's going to jump off the shelf and start shooting everybody. You got to be out of your cotton picking mind.
I'm in favor of the Second Amendment.
I didn't catch that
I'm
earlier.
also in favor of the assault weapons ban, of universal
American man,
background
aloha.
checks,
Welcome.
red flag laws.
What's up, consider?
Then I got to ask this, Campbell Toe. What part of the
Seasider.
Second Amendment are you for? I mean, there's only 27 words. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. A well-regulated means a well-disciplined, not regulated by the federal government. Not valid.
Right, hold on real quick. American man, aloha, welcome. But I don't think it's not nothing but I think they're anti we the people America. That's what they are. They're anti we the people America.
Well, they fear
because
us.
it's us and them. There is no left or right or red or blue. It is divided. It's we the people and them the government, in my opinion.
All right. I mean, I don't think that it's that way all the way. I do believe that there's corruption. I do believe they work together. I just don't know if it's all the way through. I believe there will be a time where it is, though.
I think that's their end goal. They just can't do it overnight because then it'd be too obvious. So they're slow. We're just frogs slowly boiling in the pot. Like, the water feels good, huh? Like, while they're slowly taking rights away. They're slowly putting up red flag laws. They're slowly indemnifying police and the government. So they can't get in trouble for nothing, but we can go to prison because someone that lives 2 blocks from me said that I'm psycho and I shouldn't have a gun. You know? Lisa Anderson, aloha.
What's up, Lisa?
Now, you know what? Blue Unicorn, man, you said it earlier, but Dean Milken, and you said it looked like Dead Milkman. Now I can't get that out of my head. Every time I see Dean's name, I think Dead Milkman.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
I know, right? It's like, now it's burned in my brain. That's funny. But all right, we're gonna finish this up real quick, and then I got to play the accent.
Held down or infringed upon by the federal government. Well regulated just means prepared, well disciplined, ready to repel any invader. That's what regulated means. So what part are you for in the Second Amendment if you're for red flag laws, assault weapons bans, and gun safety regulation? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the unalienable right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Is there a qualifier on that? What arms should I be able to keep? How much ammo? No, nothing in there about that. That means sky's the limit. Whatever you want, whatever you can afford, whatever you, with your resources, can barter or trade with somebody else who's got the firearm or the arm you want to bear. If you can arrange that, sky's the limit. And it's more than you have the right to keep and bear arms. It's that nobody has the right to keep you from keeping and bearing arms. But that's exactly what Camel Toe Harris wants to do. She wants to keep you from keeping and bearing arms. And she's got many plans to do it. Biden wanted to do it. Mr. Red Flag Law himself, Donald Trump, wanted to do it. I don't know, Mike. I like take the guns first, due process second. That's anti-Second Amendment.
See, that's
my administration is initiating red flag laws, extreme risk protection orders. That's anti-Second Amendment. Bump stock bans are against the Second Amendment. So Trump is just against the Second Amendment as Camel Toe Harris.
That's exactly. Hold on, I lost the tab.
Upon being elected.
I lost the tab. I couldn't pause it.
Hey.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. How people believe what they want to believe. Because I noticed you were like, "Hey, wait, show me that." Because
I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Him saying it out of his mouth. If you want me to believe the argument, I got to hear him say it, not just some.
Yeah.
some
It
dude.
is. He has. It's out there. You have to research it
I'll
though.
look for it.
But if you
I'll
just
look for it.
watch certain news channels, those news channels are only telling you what you want to hear and what
I
you want to
I
believe.
watched like 20 of them.
So,
They're all liars.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're all liars, both sides. That's the point I'm getting at. They're all both sides. Okay, look. Okay, I told them in the beginning. I said, take their guns first, due process later. Okay, they won't notice. They won't notice. Okay. So you don't think? I didn't hear what party said that. You were like, whoa.
I want to hear him I want to hear Trump say that he's going to come for our guns, because I've in every speech
No, he did.
I've never heard him
I
say
heard
it.
it.
In all the speeches, I always hear him say that he's for the Second Amendment. He'll never do that. I've never heard the other
I
way.
heard him say it. Take their guns first, due process later.
Was it a joke?
No.
Because he always says like crazy stuff. He's not the best speaker. I mean, he just says crazy stuff. But you think he really believes take everyone's guns away? Really? Like he's going to get a Gestapo and collect the guns?
By supporting red flag laws, which he has admitted to that too, is
I
the
think
same
he just
thing.
says that for votes. I think he only says that to get those votes. I don't see him putting a task force together or anything to pass that law. And would those laws even pass? They'd have to go through the House and the Senate, right?
Yeah, they've been, well, not that law specifically, but laws like that have been passing for years. And like that's what I was saying. We're frogs in a pot. They're slowly taking them away by slowly making these laws that people don't notice. There's a bunch of laws that I didn't even know, like, what? That actually became a law? And what, 5 years ago that became a law? I didn't even know, because they're slowly doing it because people don't pay attention, because people are only listening to what they want to hear. They're only believing what they want to believe. And hey, you're starved for truth, man. I'm trying to feed you truth, brother, because I love you.
Your mama.
Your mama. My mama and your mama was talking little shit. But seriously, though, on a serious note, man. Oh, excusez-moi. But yeah, all right,
that's
I'll go back.
anti-Second Amendment. Bump stock bans are against the Second Amendment. So Trump is just against the Second Amendment as Camel Toe Harris. So which one are you going to vote for?
Upon being elected, I will give the United States Congress 100 days to get their act together and have the courage to pass reasonable gun safety laws. And if they fail to do it, then I will take executive action.
I will sit upon my throne. Oh, there's no democracy there. Oh, if Congress doesn't do it, I'm going to sit on my throne and I'm going to issue an edict. This is all you got to know.
Hold on 1 second. Thank you, X. Oh. All right.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you, X.
Well,
I just watched it.
You
That's why I
spoke
didn't say
about gun violence restraining orders. They're called. California actually has.
I'm going to give you my take on this when it's done too.
I think in your meeting with governors earlier this week, individually and as a group, we spoke about states taking steps. But the focus is to literally give families and give local law enforcement additional tools if an individual is reported to be a potential danger to themselves or others. Allow due process, so no one's rights are trampled, but the ability to go to court, obtain an order, and then collect not only the firearms, but any weapons in the possession
Or
of that
might
individual.
take the firearms first and then go to court, because that's another system. Because a lot of times, by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took
Crazy
place in
man,
Florida.
okay?
He had
Talking
a lot
about
of firearms.
crazy ass people.
Crazy man, red flag law. Crazy man because somebody said so. This person happened to end up being crazy, but red flag law is all you have to do is say, like, I could call somebody and say, hey, this guy in Michigan, Dave's not here, man. He fucking crazy. They'll come take all your shit because
Well, they
some
could
dude in
try.
Hawaii just said it.
They could try.
Yeah, and they will. That's the scary part, dude.
I would win, bro.
Well,
I would win.
see,
No,
you're
well,
fighting it. You're
no,
fighting
I'm
it.
not
You're
fighting
fighting.
nothing, dude. Listen, he said it. What he said was take this crazy man's guns. He didn't say American people, law-abiding citizens. He said the crazy man's guns. That's what he
Takes so
said.
long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early, like in this crazy man's case that just took place in
Like in this crazy man, but he's still talking about overall. I like
Yeah,
taking
see,
them
I don't know,
early.
man. I
Florida.
would,
He had a lot of firearms. They saw everything. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
so if someone is
Hey there,
nuts,
thanks for
right,
checking out
and he's
GMBT on
making
YouTube.
threats at
Be sure to
school,
subscribe to stay up to date on all
and
of the day's biggest stories. You
he's
can also click
saying
on
to take
any of the
their
videos
guns
around me to watch the
first
latest.
before they have a chance to use them. Like if he's at school or he's making threats on YouTube and all that other crap, and they've deemed that this dude is a
But
threat, they're gonna go take his gun. Doesn't mean he can't get him
yeah,
back. He then
but
due
that
process.
doesn't matter because once they pass that law, it applies to everybody.
Well, mentally
So
ill people should not have access to guns.
no.
So how do you do that then?
Well, if everyone was armed,
How do you not
I
have
mean,
someone call and say, hey, this kid at my school keeps talking about he's going to gun someone down? Isn't that a red flag call? Like it's an emergency call, like going, hey, this dude is losing it. He's
yeah,
going to,
but that red flag law also applies to every American citizen. So that
but
red flag law is going to take a lot of guns away from a lot of good law abiding citizens.
I get what
That
you're
that
saying, but
red
what I'm
flag law is
saying,
going to make a lot of good law abiding citizens criminals just by a phone call of somebody deciding to say that that person's crazy.
but doesn't someone, I mean, you would have to prove in a court of
Nope.
law that that
Yeah,
person
take
is
the guns first.
crazy.
Take the guns first, due process later. So
Yeah, but
now
what's
you
your
got another
upfront
year,
evidence is what I'm
maybe another
saying.
year and a half of court dates to go to just to prove that you should be able to keep your guns.
They'd never find all mine anyways. But I'm saying, like, and you could, just like I said, if you're nuts, you could do it with a gun, you could do it with a bat, you could do it with a knife. Just
Right.
saying. I don't think that red flag laws are for a law-abiding people. I think they could be abused. I'll agree with you on
It's
that.
for everybody.
I'm agreeing with you on that they could be abused.
They will be abused. That's their whole plan. I mean, you got to give it to them. It's pretty smart if you think about it.
I mean, I could say it sounds like a conspiracy theory that it's just a way that people are looking at things. Like anyone can
I need
say somebody means something that they don't. And like I
I
said, I
need
only
good
like.
conspiracies then because all mine turned out to be facts.
You better go get your guns. Hurry up.
What, so they can take them away?
I'm not gonna take them away. You gotta hide them. I lost that one. I don't know what I did with it. I just
I do
don't
a
like
lot of fishing.
blanket. I don't like blanket statements like where everything has to be bunched in one. I just don't. I can't buy into that. That's all. And it's okay to disagree. We don't have
Yeah.
to hate
So
each
you don't
other
think
or
that
be
the red flag
divided. This
laws,
is what I believe.
you don't think the red flag laws apply to everyone?
I believe that they're designed to catch psycho kids talking a bunch of crap in school about shooting up schools and stuff before it happens.
They want
And
you to
that's what
think.
they're trying to
Any
do. I
law.
don't.
So that's like saying, well, when we say you can't drink and drive, we really just mean for teenagers and people in their 20s, or any citizen. But if you're a cop and do it, you can get away with it. Like, no, law is a law. A law applies to everyone. It doesn't matter. A law is a law. If a law is passed, it applies to everyone.
I wouldn't worry about it because I'm not crazy. And if someone
Okay,
tried
well
to say
then
I was, then they wouldn't win.
I won't bring up any names, but let's say a certain someone wants to get back at you.
Yeah, they'd have to
And
prove it.
no, take the guns first, due process later. Now you got to go through court for who knows, a year and a half, just to prove. Like, then now you're spending money on lawyers, and now your life is flipped upside down. So yeah, they still got to prove it, but they still raided your house at 2:00 in the morning, and
I am not a fan of
hopefully
red
you're
flag
not trying
laws,
to
by
defend
the way.
yourself at the same time, because those cops aren't going to hold back. They will shoot, and innocent people die every day from shit like that. So, I mean, I get it. I want to believe that it would work that way too, but it's not a perfect world.
Oh,
And the
it's
law
the
is
way
the law.
it's
It applies
designed
to
to work.
everyone.
What I'm saying. It's
Or
the
what's
way
that,
it's
Dave? I didn't hear the
designed.
list.
I was just saying that's the way that it was designed to work. I'm not saying that it wouldn't be flawed and that there wouldn't be examples of corruption, because there always is in any law that they make. I mean, like, you're not allowed to leave your firearm in the car if you conceal carry, right? You can't leave your gun in the car and stuff. And I can't say all this stuff on YouTube, but anyway, there's a lot of things that they could do that they haven't done with laws that are already on the books. So I don't worry about it that much.
Right.
I get what you're saying,
My-
though, and I agree that it could be used in a corrupt way. I do agree with
that is the government's intention. I got my whole point is, like I always say, left, right, red, or blue, government doesn't give a fuck about you.
And Mo says,
there
"Have
is
I
no
ever met
left
a
or
cop?"
right or red or blue. It's us against them, and that is their intentions.
I personally have
So-
never had a problem with a cop, Mo. I've never been. I have been profiled once when I was a kid because I was wearing gang colors in Detroit, and Gang Squad pulled me over and roughed me up. I was wearing gang colors, and I did not do anything wrong. But like in the last 20 years, I have not had any issues with the police at all. I don't actively get pulled over or harassed or anything. So for me, in my experience, I don't fear the police. Now, are they some of them corrupt? Absolutely, but I don't fear them.
Even if you get pulled over, you don't get nervous. You don't get the butterflies.
No, they pulled me over and they say, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I go, "Yeah, because I was going 10 over." And he
You
goes,
shouldn't say that either. You
and I
shouldn't say that
say,
either.
"By the way, my pistol's on my right hip. Just want to let you know I got my license in my left pocket. If you'd like to see it." I present them my information. Usually they run it. I'm clean. They let me go. I don't have a problem. I'm not scared unless I'm doing something wrong. Usually, if I'm doing something wrong, of course I would be afraid.
That's what a lot of people say.
If I had
show
dope
you
in the
plenty of
car, or
videos.
whatever. I
I can show
have
you plenty of videos of innocent people that do the same. Like, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not, people that literally weren't doing anything wrong, not even going 10 over. But I'm not doing anything. I got nothing to hide, and their lives are just turned upside down.
You know where we live, Steve, like in Detroit, it's like the cops in Detroit are kind of lax compared to maybe South Dakota or, somewhere that's really tough. But Detroit, you can literally most times speed right by one with a 40 in your lap, and they're not going to even pull out usually down in the hood.
Right. I mean,
But
honestly,
other
same
places,
here.
yeah.
but still, it happens every day.
It just never happened to me. So
Right, back the blue till it happens to you.
there you
I'm not
go.
saying you back the blue. I'm just saying that's the same. Back the blue till it happens to you. Because once it happens to you, your mindset's going to change real fast. And you're going to be like, oh, shit, I know what they were talking about now. Just like all the things my dad's been telling me my whole life. And then I don't realize it till 10, 15 years later. Like, oh, that's what he meant. Okay, I get it now. But
I believe they profile for sure. They do profile because when I went to school to be a cop, they did teach profiling, but it was from statistics on what age groups and race were doing the most crime statistically. It was African American between the age of 15 and 22. And when you added the fact that there was 1 to 3 of them in one car, that raised the chances that there was illegal activity by like 40%. And that's what they taught me in class while I was learning it. And I took a government class. I took, oh my God, I can't even think right now. I'm tired, but what's the other one? Anyway, that's what they taught you by demographic, statistically speaking, the most arrests, what age group and color that they were. Most of the psycho killers are white, are like old white guys. Like the guys that kill and kill and kill, those guys are white. But like the quick shootings and stuff, a lot of them, statistically speaking, were African American. And when you're on the street and you see 3 or 4 of them, you were taught to profile that, which I didn't like, because I don't like putting everybody in a basket like they're all the same. Maybe they're just going to the movies. You know what I mean? But I didn't end up becoming a cop ultimately because I felt like I would have to be a hypocrite. I knew too much about too many people, and if I wanted to have integrity and character, I wouldn't be able to have that and be a cop. So I didn't. But like I said, they do profile people for sure. They do, I don't know. Statistics show this group of people does this, so they're automatically looking for that group. And you may not be doing anything wrong, but because of what they're taught, they're looking for you. Does that make sense?
real quick, hold on. Mr. Back from doing time. Aloha, brother. Always good to see you.
Yeah, I love all you guys, man. I'm not trying to argue or nothing. Just differences of opinion are cool. We don't all have to believe the same thing. It's okay. And I never let that divide anybody from me what they believe. You have the right to believe whatever you want. This is America.
And YouTube, please stop playing any political ads on my channel, please. Pretty please. I want to see if Dakota Hayes, I know she said she was going to find
Montgomery.
I don't know if she ever found that.
I think states down in southern states, man, I think some of those southern guys are seriously off the wall. Like in small towns, I might be afraid in a small town, like in the southern state.
I mean, they all are, really. Have you heard about this one yet, Dave? This lady calls the cops because she heard something in the yard and she was worried. So she called the cops. She called the cops to come and help her.
What'd you hear?
And protect.
Well, we checked your yard. We walked around the whole block. We didn't see anybody.
I heard somebody outside.
Yeah, we checked your house. We checked your backyard. I walked all the way through all these backyards. We checked your front yard.
We didn't see nobody.
So nobody's out here.
You didn't see anybody?
Nope. All right. Is there anything else we can do for you?
No.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, sir.
He's already being an idiot.
Just driver's license will do.
Yeah,
and I'll
he
get out of
found it.
here.
He forced his way in her house somehow, and then
Playing
he's
the end
asking
from the
her
beginning
for.
here. Let me just show you.
He's asking for
She's
ID.
taking the pot off the stove. We're going to watch it all in sequence, but I just want to show you. She's taking this pot off the stove right here. The pot is not red. The pot is like this dark gray, but this right here is a pot holder.
Look at the size difference. This guy's huge. And she's just a little lady.
Yeah.
And he's scared for his life somehow.
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
That's just.
Did she just say she'll shoot him? Can you rewind it for a minute? Because I don't know what I
rebuke
heard.
you in the name of Jesus.
You better not.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I'll shoot you in the name of Jesus.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
And then after that, did she say she'll shoot you?
That's a weird
Or I'll shoot
response
you?
to me. I rebuke you in the name of
He
Jesus.
said, "You better not, or I'll shoot you."
shoot you in the blanking face. What kind of response? Who cares if somebody rebukes you in the name of Jesus or sends you to hell in the name of Allah or what? How could you get so offended that you break out lethal force to defend yourself against words?
I'm an old lady.
And I'll just leave it at that because of YouTube rules. But he shoots her in the face and ends her life.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious.
Does she have a weapon?
No, she's got a boiling pot of water and she dumps it, and then she has a pot holder and she tries to cover her face. I think he blurs it out. I think I can play it.
All right, so we are not going to show the action.
Yeah, no, it cuts out. But yeah, then that's what happened right there.
Dude, that guy's going. I'm sure he was immediately fired.
No, qualified immunity. And you know what indemnifying the police does?
Where did that
That
happen?
makes sure that he doesn't go to jail. That makes sure that his actions are just fine. He was just doing his job. That's what indemnifying them is. And last I heard, he's not going. I know he did get arrested, but last I heard, he's not going to jail for that.
Yeah, that was demonic if he did that over that. Wow.
And Trump wants to indemnify them, which means that they can do stuff like that and not have any consequences.
Yeah, like I said, I'm down with about 60% of what Trump wants to do and the other 40% not, but I could not vote for Harris or psycho Biden.
Well, see, that's the way I look at it is that's still like voting for a lesser of the two evils, but when you do so, you're still voting for evil.
I wonder why he came in the house in the first place.
Exactly. There was no reason. He says, anything else you need from us? And she's like, no. And then they should have left.
And then it was
no,
like
because
edited.
there was a car parked on the side of the where is it at? There was a car parked on the where the hell is it? I think right here.
Whose is it?
Yeah, there's a car parked on the side of the house and it had a smashed out
You
window.
don't know if someone just parked it in your driveway.
He's on her phone.
And just left it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah.
So then he goes
I
over
don't know
and
if you
runs
caught
the
that, but she
plate.
says, "I love y'all, thank y'all," and that's when he kind of chuckled a little bit.
Right. Can you imagine you calling the cops to come and protect you and then saying, I love you all, thank you all, and then the same mother effers
Thank you, Blue.
unalive you? You know? I'm telling you, Mo Tibber, man, it's one of those things where every week I see something new and I'm like, man, it can't get any worse than this. And then the next week comes and I'm like,
where did that
all right,
happen?
Like just a few days ago.
No,
Well,
I
it just
mean,
came
where?
out a few days ago.
I
or
can't
where.
read the cop cars. What I'm getting at is I can't read where it happened, like what state,
Yeah.
where. It just says sheriff that I can see. So
Oh shit! It actually happened. I didn't even notice that. It actually happened a few weeks ago. Because sometimes the body cam footage doesn't come out for like months, even years. But as far as where, I'm not sure.
So when they were showing her at the door, it looked like it was. You see her at the door talking to him, and next thing you know, it's like a clip was missing, and then he's inside all of a sudden. They don't actually show him going in or why.
No, they do, because this is when
Or did I
the
miss it?
19, I got a 20 clear.
yeah, he comes over for the car to run the plate,
David Mary 43556.
and he's still talking to her. And then when this cop turns around, then he just invites himself in right here.
What's that noise? Is that
I think
shooting?
fireworks, because it was right after 4th of July.
So
see,
while
he
his
just
partner
invites
ran the
himself
tag
in.
on the vehicle with the window
So
broken
why
out,
did he go in?
Grayson has somehow feels like he needs to come inside of her home. Never let a cop inside your house. And stop talking to him. Look at him looking around. Look at him looking around.
So nobody's in
the
that
house,
bed, right?
Stop letting redcoats, thin blue line
I never let
redcoats
them in the
inside your
house.
house, and stop talking to them. Stop divulging information. You don't owe them anything. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't commit a crime.
Yeah, I don't let them in my house.
Yeah, I need. I got the sheriff department here, but I was calling for help from y'all. They're here in my house right now. No, hold on, wait a second, sir.
You can hang up on real quick.
No, hold on, okay? Just 1 second, okay?
He's like asking for ID, and it's like,
why would she have to give ID? They already know who she is.
well,
she called the
there's no
police
reason,
to her
'cause
home.
She called them because she heard something in her yard
Right.
and was scared, and then it's just
That's crazy, dude. That,
but
to me, those both are nuts. They're both nuts.
that's just one of hundreds and hundreds of, and I mean, it happens maybe not that exact, but police violating rights and innocent people getting arrested, and constantly, always happening. So yeah, maybe it's never happened to you, and that's good. But and
Right,
shout out,
Lisa.
Mutt. It's always good to see you, Mutt. Love you, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know the bad stuff happens, dude. They're lucky if they're not going to riot over that stuff right there. I'll be surprised. I thought she said, like, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus and I will shoot you. That's what I thought she said.
No, she said, I'll rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and he said, don't do that, I will shoot you in the face. So you did hear someone say, I will shoot you. It was him.
Wow. Yeah. I never let the cops in my house. And my stance, but I still don't let people in my house. Nobody comes in the front door. Unless your family, usually you don't get in my door. Yeah, that's bad, man.
I didn't catch that part. Blue Unicorn says, pay close attention when she says Jesus part. She pours out the hot water and turns on the sink. When he says, I'll shoot you, she is putting sink water in the pan. And then later, his excuse is that she said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus, and then came running at me or something along those lines. She came at me with a boiling pot of hot water, and I wasn't going to get boiling hot water in my face.
One in each hand.
Thanks, brother.
She's carrying the boiling pot to the counter.
Even when he's not.
Right.
Huh? Away from your hot steaming water.
She dumped the hot water out, spilling it with, no kidding.
They seem like they're joking.
No, he said, joking, but look, his gun's already, or his hand's already on his. See? You better fucking not, or I'll shoot you in the fucking face. And look,
this is
drop the what? Drop.
That's where it happened.
Drop the what?
Exactly. She was holding the pot holder.
Did she have an a fork or just a pot holder? I wish I could see, man.
Just a pot holder.
Even if she had a knife, they still wouldn't shoot her in the face over it. Shouldn't. Why didn't they want to tase her or something? I mean, I'm not saying that that's right either, but why deadly force? Yeah, I mean, there's no way to defend that, dude.
Ooh, this is still YouTube though, right? I don't know if it shows it though, Dakota.
I wouldn't show it, dude.
Yeah, if it shows it, I don't want to play it because
we don't need to see that, dude. That's gross. I can't believe they use lethal force.
Oh no, it doesn't. It doesn't show it. But still, yeah. But we already get the concept. We already get the concept. We know what happened, and my point is that shit like that happens.
Racist.
Well, not every day
cop.
that, but cops doing things they shouldn't be doing and putting innocent people behind. I mean, even as far as innocent people is, the only reason they're not innocent is because the government made a new law. And, you know, like I was saying, just one day you're not committing any crime and living your life, and then a law passes, and after midnight, now you're a criminal. You know, it's like,
well, everyone in my house knows how to lock and load and shoot. So, and I tell them all if someone comes in, I tell them where they are. They know. That's crazy though, dude. That is a whacked out secret. I still can't understand why they would have to use lethal instead of a non-lethal way to put her. She's like an old lady, first of all, and it looked like she had a pot holder in her hand. And she may have been mentally ill, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I seriously think she wasn't all the way there from what I got out of it, but I don't know that. But
racist demons, I guess.
Let me ask you this then. So Trump wants to indemnify police and government.
I don't believe in that. Like I said, I only 60%.
So look at that right there. They already have qualified immunity, which is why what I've heard, I don't know if it's true, that this cop he's going to lose his job at the most for doing that. But if he indemnifies police and government, you think it's going to stop them from doing anything? It's basically like saying, do whatever you want. You can't get in trouble. I don't know. I think someone like that, what was it called? Nazis or something like that? I think they had that. Yeah, Nazis. But that's where we're heading. No, yeah, Blue Unicorn. I did hear they charged him with that, but then I also heard something about he might get away with it because
that
of his
first degree murder. He deserves every bit of that, dude, because he's wigging right there. Old lady with a pot holder, and you got to use lethal force. Something's wrong with that cop.
Something's wrong with most cops.
I wish I could hear what he said. He says, "Drop the what?" But I can't hear what he said. Drop the pot holder.
I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop it. I'm gonna go get my kid.
Oh, it cuts out because they have to cut. He just said drop the and then squeezed.
And he said, "Let me go get my kit." I mean, I don't know how you do that, dude.
And then he told his partner or whatever not to. So he basically told her, don't even try to save her.
Wow.
But anyway, we're going on 2 hours.
That's disgusting, man.
And me and Dave both got to work in the morning. So we're going to keep this one at 2 hours today. Because I know it's easy to keep going, but it makes it a lot harder in the morning. Trust me. I've had many, many days where I'm just like, I'm on Hawaii time. And then I'm like 4 hours late. And it actually lost jobs before by doing that. So as much as we love every one of you in chat and appreciate every one of you, because you guys could all be doing something else tonight, but you decided to hang out with us. We do got to keep it at a 2-hour limit tonight. And also earlier today, I did an interview on Caucasian Sasquatch channel. Hey, Sovereign Soul Unchained, aloha. Good to see you, man.
How you doing, brother?
Haven't seen you in a minute. Aloha, brother. Yeah, check out Sovereign Soul Unchained channel too. He's got a good channel. But yeah, go check out Caucasian Sasquatch channel. I did an interview on there earlier. Actually, the first interview I ever did on someone else's channel. It's pretty cool. But
let me drop his link real quick before we stop. Dude, why do we have to work in the morning? Sucks.
I can't complain too much though, because being my own boss, even though I do work all the time, it's still kind of nice not having a boss, you know.
Yeah, I did it for 28 years. So I'm kind of wanting to go back, believe me. I thought work for the city, man. It's cush job. All those benefits, and I mean, yeah, I get good benefits, but there's so much political garbage in that.
Yeah, it's all the
bias.
corruption.
It's so terrible. Hey, Axe, thanks for coming out. Guys, thanks for coming out, man. We really appreciate you being here. Really appreciate all the comments. There's no hate here or division. I love having a good debate. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone is welcome here. If you have different beliefs, if you have whatever it is, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we oh, right on, Great Scott. Nina told me to be here. Awesome. But at the end of the day, we all have more in common than we don't have in common. So don't focus on the little things we don't have in common. Focus on what we do have in common, and that is we're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have love in our heart. And if you spread that love and you're kind to others, it comes back to you. And also don't lose your shit on people because they cut you off on the road or they gave you a dirty look, because you never know what that person's going through. You probably done it without even realizing you're doing it, giving them a dirty look or accidentally cutting them off because you were going through something. So, you know, don't be so quick to judge. Just love each other. And if someone has different beliefs, understand where they're coming from. And at the end of the day, we can actually be happy. And being happy is fun.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just kept thinking of you, his story about you naked. I was just thinking about if anybody ever ran at me naked, I would automatically run. I would
me
not
too.
fight them. So
me too.
Some of you guys missed the story earlier about it was a song about my brother stealing Axe's bike and how Steve was the hero because he came out naked and jumped on my brother's back, and my brother ran because he was naked and didn't know how to take it. So anyway, you guys missed a good story. Go back and rewatch it if you can. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was a great song. Shout out to X and Nachos too. Great channel. Check them out as well.
Have you ever seen those shows, Steve, where the guys are about to fight on the street? He's like, "What's up, man? What's up?"
Yeah.
And then he just drops his pants to the floor and takes them off.
And he'd be like a skinny dude like me, but like shorter too.
Yeah.
And then he would go up to like big dudes, and they're just like, "What more?" And then he just like strips down to like nothing, and then they're just like, "Yo, man, what the fuck are you doing, man?"
Well, let's get it on, bro. Come on, let's do this.
That is so funny shit. That's scary though, man. Because what happens if one of those dudes was just like, I don't, they're like, whoa, just a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah. What if you get the wrong one? I'm like, oh, you look pretty good. Anyway, much love to everyone. Work in the morning, unfortunately, or we'd hang out all night.
Yep, absolutely. So, any final thoughts?
Yeah, guys, be cool to each other, man. Try to love your neighbor. Try to understand people's differences of opinion. Try to see where they're coming from. Find the common ground. And love your mom, man. Love your parents while they're here. My mom's sick, man. I'm not going to have her forever, and she's slowly fading, and it's tough. So love the people that you got while you got them, and be good to people, and be kind. That's all I got.
Absolutely. That's good, though. That's not all you got. That's good what you got. And we love all of you in chat, and thank you everyone for showing up and hanging out with us and spending your time with us. And other than that, have a beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon, beautiful evening, a beautiful night, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless. Oh my God, dude.
I'm done. Oh, I'm sorry. I just died. I can't breathe. Steve, I swear to you, I haven't laughed that hard in like 10 years.
How's everybody doing now?
Oh,
Armageddon.
Armageddon. It's gonna be rough.
You were born in America, you're an American.
That's fact.
Just right after high school, ended up joining the Army.
You guys seem way more chill than that intro. I'm ready to take your fucking country back. I don't even live there.
Dude, we should get a boxing match going.
Smack the shit out of it.
That sounded wrong. I had to highlight that one. Oh my Lord.
Stay the hell out of the left lane if you're not passing.
You're so salty about this driver.
Finally, a law that I can get behind. If you're driving slow in the left lane, it's punishable by death.
You don't have to have a massive channel to make an impact, you know?
Steve, you smoke like a girl.
They're always there watching.
I do not sound like Jalen.
Do I drop the wheelchair jokes? He's like, just fuck him.
You know, that's what the whole freedom of speech is.
That's a good point.
Everybody gets a lick.
You don't have to agree with it, but you best defend their right to do it.
If you don't know your rights, you don't have any.
We just got a bidet.
The Constitution doesn't give you rights, you have natural rights.
Bidet will change your life.
But the Constitution protects your rights.
You'll never go back.
Little horny bastard, he ruined it for everybody.
I bet he wanted to knock him out.
It's never because of their race, identity, religion, or
Teach these government nerds that all swear an oath to it what our freedoms are, because they're so lazy they don't care.
I had a fun night. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
You know, don't live on the past or take the present for granted and only think about the future.
People are wearing blinders. They don't understand what.
I'm not going to apologize for that.
You were calling him an idiot.
I'm really disappointed in you.
It was something that you just didn't agree on.
I had all my money on you tonight.
I'm guilty of inciting my constitutional right.
You know, if they don't like it, then they don't have to be there. Love y'all. See y'all on the next one.
You know, you're never going to please everyone.
I don't think that God sees different races at all.
Much love to y'all. Stay prayed up, man. God is good. Love each other and be kind.
Much love, much aloha, and most importantly, God bless.